Brent and I researched some colors for the era, and we wanted to update them a little bit brighter, so it was a little bit more charming for out here. But we put in a color scheme we thought worked, and it brings in a lot of attention. The bricklay work was already here. We're going to do some concrete staining on the gray areas because they were just left plain concrete, never stained or painted. But we really like the inlay work, so we did a lot of repair work, made it, clean it up. This house had cactus out here, so it had a desert landscape, which was easy to maintain, but doesn't add a lot of charm to the house. Right. So we got rid of that, got rid of some bigger trees, and just really kind of opened it up. The red door is kind of a feature that we do a lot. We really like having that. It just adds attraction to the door. We feel it kind of makes people feel like they want to walk into a home. So most of our historic houses, we put a red door of some shade. These windows, we restored all of these windows so they all open and shut, which out here is a big thing. When you have old windows, most of them don't function. Right. So we took them all apart, re-sanded them down, reglazed all the glass, and painted them in order to get them to function. So that'll be a large selling point for out here. The house has original hardwood floors.
Oh, they're beautiful, yeah.
So we're gonna restore them and bring them up to their original shine and luster. The fireplace was here. It's an actual working, functioning fireplace. So you can see we're picking out tiles, trying to decide what color to put on there to see what looks best with the home. It has oversized beige board, has coffered ceilings and arches. So when we come into the kitchen, we wanted to add the same type of radius. So what we did was we cut it open so you could see more of the kitchen because it had a very small bungalow-style kitchen. We added slate because that was part of the time period of what the houses were installing at the time. So it's a natural stone. This is a kitchen that will be very simple. We're going to have white cabinets that have an old world look to them with some staining, and then we're going to do butcher block countertops. And then we're going to put in stainless steel appliances. This house has a master suite attached to the back. What they're doing now is they're cleaning all the slate up and getting ready to seal it. The last thing we do in these homes after we're all done is we sand and seal the floors because we don't want anybody walking on them. Right. The cabinets are the things that we do dead last to that so they don't go walking off the job site or disappear. This house we liked a lot. It's a craftsman style. It's a very small bungalow, not a lot of living space, but they added a guest house to the back and they added a master suite to the back. So
when was the guest house added roughly?
The guest house was added prior to 1962 because it was there.
It's been done a while.
Yeah. They don't have any aerial photos older than that. We did subway tiles for the bathroom. You can walk on that, it's just wet. Yeah. Yeah. Subway tiles in the bathroom because that's what they used back then.
Oh yeah,
and
nice. That's beautiful.
Yeah, we used a blue color that was similar. We were able to save the original tub, to save some money. Right. We didn't have to change the floor plan over here at all. It has the original house only had one bedroom, so this was the bedroom, and it was very small, but for the time period, as Brent brought out earlier, it was for people that had farmhouses during the war, while their husbands and family members were off the war. They just needed a small home to stay in. And then back here, as you see in the backyard, and we'll see it, they added a large master suite to update for today's standards and needs.
Ah, okay.
So we'll take a look at that.
All right.
Those people that live in this neighborhood really value things like leaving the original windows,
right.
The original hardwood floors,
right.
All the details and things that you see. So when we have a house that has these types of features, we really try to restore them and keep them. If it doesn't have that, then we go the other way and we do, like you've seen some of the other things, we do contemporary. We don't do anything in the middle.
In between.
We didn't want to sink a ton of money into this home, so we left this addition that was done at least prior to 1962. The reason we don't know if it's done before or what time it was done before that is because they have aerial photos. Okay. That's how the government or the city knows when square footage is added, by going through the old photos. So it was there prior to that. So it's grandfathered in, so we didn't have to mess with it. It has a very basic bathroom. We're going to upgrade some of the things in there, but we're just going to keep it clean and keep it functioning.
Right. But this really adds to the size of it.
But it does. You have a functioning master suite with a separate bathroom that's for them, and you have a little guest bedroom. So
But is there any interior? Oh yeah, it goes through here. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it connects.
really
So this will be a
perfect.
laundry room off here to the right into the kitchen. So yeah, you're connected
Yeah.
through there.
Oh, this is a great home. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
The biggest issue of this house, I guess, is the size of the kitchen. That's probably
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that-
it's going to be
it's a
someone
tiny
who's going to be
kitchen.
able to accept that.
But what are the numbers on this one then? What was it bought for? What do you think it will go
This
for?
one was bought for $89,000. He's put in so far about $25,000. So the final budgetary numbers, he gave us a cap of 35. The final budgetary numbers we'll have as soon as we're done finishing up. I think they'll be under $35,000. So we should be well under our budget. This particular house comps out between $155 and $175. So once again, he wants to make his minimum $10,000. Our investor, he's going to be able to make what he's looking for, and then some. And this house is a little bit unique because it has the historic feel, and it is in a historic home, which is very desirable for here. But it also has usable functioning space, which is something that people look for. And then it has an income property in the back, which
Right,
we'll
well,
look
let's
at
have
next.
a quick look at that while we're here. Because that makes a big difference to the numbers.
Yes, it can essentially just cover your entire mortgage.
Which is a real popular thing to do down here and makes the houses sell more quickly.
Right. Any idea how large?
On the MLS, sorry, on the MLS we can mark it so that it shows a guest house, so when people are searching for it, they know
Right, there's extra appeal to go looking for a place. How many square feet roughly for this one?
This one is just under 1,000 square feet. It's actually a real good size. This particular house was just a house that we added some carpet, we painted, we opened up some walls. We are actually able to save the original cabinets from the old house, the old oak cabinets, and the guys are going to refinish and stain them a chocolate brown.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're able to save money for our investor that way. It has one bathroom, a living room, and on the back side it has a master suite.
Here's the bathroom, the original bathroom.
Yeah, we really like the tub, so we added the subway tiles, but Brent and I just thought that was the coolest looking tub, so we kept it.
Reminds me of the Wizard of Oz.
We built an arch for the toilet, just some basic things. You know, as we go through each project, we start to refine. Like for instance, this house particularly has a separate door, you know, for the master suite compared to the rest of it. Well, it's a guest house, so we're trying to convince our investor to go ahead and just get rid of the door altogether.
Right.
So it doesn't need a door coming in here.
Right.
The other thing is it has one of these old ceilings. We're thinking, you know, we really would like to get rid of this ceiling and just sheetrock it in and be completely done. So these are the things that towards the end of the project, they decide how the budget turns out, if they want to do these extra things or not. But it's a really good size guest house. Yeah.
And you're seeing it towards the end of being fixed up. When we first came here on it, it was in pretty bad shape.
It had foundation issues. It was crooked. It had a lot of rot. So we fixed all that stuff, the electrical, the plumbing. We're going to actually put real hardwood floors back in the kitchen because it's not a lot of square footage, so you may as well go with something of quality. But like the cabinets we're able to make look nice. And this color that we go with was a color for the time period. It's kind of an off yellow with the white. It's simple, it's clean.
Right.
We added that the room was extremely dark. In fact, this whole room was embedded with beehives.
Oh,
So
right.
there was millions of bees in here, so the guys were getting chased away. So
Lots of tenants.
yeah, we had to have those removed.
Yeah.
But we added a window here.
Oh, that
and
window
a
wasn't there at all?
No, and neither was this one. The closet was here. We just left it for the same size. At some point, you have to draw a line in the sand. We have to decide exactly what we're going to do and what we're not
Right.
going to do. And so
And you're not going to live here yourself. so
exactly, and
there's
it's a guest house. It's
Right.
an addition. So
Right.
the rent out here for this area for a guest house is about $750 a month. This one's a little bit larger. They can go as low as $500, but usually those houses haven't been fixed up at all, and they're just a little tiny studio.